I just like to say to anybody in TAPS or associated with the shows, I am not afraid of you guys. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks of me.
For nearly 2 decades, ghost hunters shaped the modern paranormal world. But behind the cameras, a different conversation was taking place, one that began quietly and continued long after the show became a household name. This series revisits the earliest public statements, interviews, and accounts from former investigators and community voices. It is a historical look at how concerns first emerged, how they evolved, and why they continue to resurface today. We begin with one of the first people to speak out openly about her experience inside TAPS, Donna LaCroix. The audio you're about to hear comes from a publicly available interview in which Donna reflects on her time with the team, the pressure she experienced, and the concerns she carried long after she left the show. This interview became one of the earliest points in the public timeline where questions about TAPS were raised by someone who was there. To understand how this conversation began, we start here.
Honestly, the staging thing, because the rumor is now is that there is now a staging crew on the TAPS production. They're where they do nothing but stage the evidence that's going to be. So I don't even want to call them magicians because they're not even that good. I mean, the things that they're putting out here lately are just total crap. Now, I got to ask, back in the day, did you have any run-ins with, them saying, make sure the cable's in there, the EMF meters, and the fishing line?
I never was exposed to any of those conversations, and I think it's because had I been exposed to that, I would flip my lid, and they knew me enough to know that I could not know of any of that. And I do believe the same thing with the other cast members because it would put them in an awkward position.
So do you think anything was staged? Did you notice anything where you were going, really, people? Seriously, you're doing this? I mean, really? I mean, did you notice anything at that time?
Yeah.
On GHI or on the original Ghost Hunter show?
Yep. There was one turning point that happened, and I must have cried for about 4 days straight because this is paranormal research and investigation I hold high and dear, and it's part of my life. And I went into a serious depression because it's like being lied to, like keep your mouth shut and lied to.
So what show was that? I mean, so we can kind of keep an eye on it. What did they do?
Well, the show. Well, I really don't feel comfortable saying what show it is, but there was a lot of editing involved.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could say something, but legally I don't know.
Where do you think that? I'm curious. You talked about the cult, this being like a cult. How much longer where do you think this is going? I mean, do you think this will be another 10 years, 20 years before people say, oh, to hell with it, I don't want to watch TAPS, I don't want to watch any of this anymore?
Oh, I've already heard that. I've heard people are just they're catching on to it's becoming more and more commercialized, and the changing of the cast is really discouraging to them because that dynamic of the whole we're a family and blah blah blah, that's gone out the window. And I think the paranormal pop explosion is really running its course.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
Yeah, it really is, and a lot of people are just, they don't enjoy the show anymore because that organic magic that happens when it's genuine, in my opinion, it's gone. I know they get a lot of viewership, but I don't choose to watch the show because I don't want to see it. I'm tired of it. It did some serious damage to my life. It did bring some good things to my life. I got to travel. I got to investigate some cool places and meet some awesome people, make connections. But in totality, I'm very bitter about the whole experience.
How much? Okay, and I don't care. I mean, the thing is you're not are you affiliated with TAPS and Ghost Hunters on TV at all anymore? At all?
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely
How
not.
much money do you think that Jason and Grant are making, and how much money do you think the rest of the cast is making?
Oh God.
If you just had to guess.
They're making a lot more money than the cast because they have producer rights. They also have the rights to merchandise. They just have, as far as money goes, let me just put it to you this way. When I went on Ghost Hunters International and I signed the contract, it was so bad that Brian, Andy, and we all had the same contract. We were lied to really, really badly by the production company. All three of us almost went bankrupt.
Oh.
And this is no lie at all. We got screwed over so bad that, we left one by one. But we were totally blindsided. And we had now that I think about it, a really bad entertainment lawyer who was supposed to be really good, and they should have seen a couple things coming. But yeah, all three of us were.
Is that Pilgrim Films?
Yeah.
It's Pilgrim Films?
Yeah, and I'm not supposed to say anything bad about them, but yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, I just asked if it was them. It's on their credits, so if they want to cause a hoopla, they need to remove their name from the credits. So,
Sure. And that's the truth, and that's what got us all, because it threw our whole lives into a tailspin. I mean, here you are having people come up to you and say, "Oh, it must be so great to be on TV. You must make so much money," and I'm like, not that I wouldn't cut coupons if I was super rich, but I'm over here going, I have to live with my parents now because I have no money. And same situation with Brian. He had a baby. He got screwed over. Andy, the same thing. And these are the things that nobody knows. They all think that, we got all set, but no, we were screwed over so bad. It really set us all off into a real mental spin. I mean, we all went into a serious state of depression after. Yeah, and comparatively, Jason and Grant, if I had to guess, I think they're pretty well set up for the rest of their lives.
Well, did they ever, were they aware of the situation with you guys, with your financial situations?
I think I'm not positive, but I think they had a pretty good idea, but I don't think
they never offered to help or anything like that.
They didn't give a shit. They didn't. I mean, it really.
So much for nice, honest guys, huh?
Well, it's like, I think if they spoke up to the production company, it would rock the boat a little bit. Anybody that speaks up to the production company, when they're in that position of such power, I mean, they're making a TV show that is their lifeline, and, I don't think they go to bat. They used to go to bat for people, but as far as what happened to us, there was never a phone call of what happened, and, let me see what I can do. And, many situations like that. I just think that's a really shitty thing. You don't do that to people. And the reason why people are not speaking up is because they're part of the whole cult mentality, whether they know it or not. Subconsciously, they bought into it. And, I just like to say to anybody in TAPS or associated with the shows, I am not afraid of you guys. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks of me.
She is a ghost diva.
Yeah, we have Donna's back too. If anybody's listening, we got her back, so watch out.
I do give Ghost Hunters credit for bringing the issue of paranormal investigation on into people's homes to start talking about it. That was one great thing that happened. But I just want to let anybody know who's out there listening and who's like a diehard Ghost, Taps fan, that don't even bother threatening me.
Donna LaCroix's interview marked one of the earliest public accounts from a former TAPS member. In the next episode, we continue the timeline with another early voice, Brian Harnaugh, whose departure raised questions that still echo today.